Okay guys, I'm going to give you key support and resistance levels to long and short, so make sure you write these down if you did not have access to the charts. By the way, you can access these charts on my website. It'll be pinned in the first comment and description. I'm going to share with you a trade that I shared in Discord, which played out very well. Do not get confused by the title of this video and the thumbnail. The last video was called The Perfect Long. Obviously, price would have to drop to a point to enter that long. The title of this thumbnail is The Perfect Short. Price would have to push up for the perfect short, and it did play out fantastic. I did get stopped out, but I will show you this. And also, guys, on Monday, I will be making a video showing you why and where, the exact date and price where I think Bitcoin's going to bottom. So again, if you do want to be notified about that, when that video pops up, make sure you subscribe, tick the notification bell. I'm not going to ask you to like, that's up to you. But let's go through this, guys. So this was the last video I put up. This was the perfect Bitcoin long trade, March 4th. And I was telling you guys, if we dropped the next point, your lowest point to catch the bounce was around 38,800, around that area. I'll put a link up this video now if you want to check it out. And you can see what happened. You know, we dropped, this was the last point I said to long at 41,000. And we pushed up to this point and got rejected. We came down. So the perfect entry for a long trade was when you came down to this point. This was support, but notice this white line was the support level too long right here, 38,481. And then I told people to short right here. And this is I'll share my trade with BitGet. By the way, if you use my BitGet affiliate link, that's pinned in the first comment description. I use BitGet to trade because it's no VPN and no KYC. So again, I told people, look, if we came down, you long 38,000, right? And I 38,800, and I said if we when we push up, and I'll show you this trade, to short 39,750 around that area, and this was our support. We came down and tested, and I'll show you how these charts played out as well. So this, again, let me just show you. So I did update the H1 chart. You'll notice I have a lot more lines in here to give you smaller targets to swing trade. I'm just going to show you this. So I published this on February 5th. Now, I do not change the charts, but I do add to the charts. So you notice this was published on February 5th. This is how the chart was when it was published. Just take note this purple line right here. So I'm going to hit play. And remember, guys, this is the chart that if you go back and watch previous videos, this is where I told everybody to buy in at 34,000 and write it up. So take note this purple line right here. Notice we came down to found support here, so that was the perfect entry for a long. And notice right here, now we're under resistance below this white line and this purple line. This is the updated version of that chart. This is where I added a new fib channel so we could find smaller entry points to long and short. I'm going to hit play. This was published 11 hours ago, actually. And look what happened. So we got rejected at this point. I'll show you another chart that nailed the top for this, where I shared my trade for BitGet. But we got rejected at this point. We came down, look where we found support right here, and we pushed up as resistance. So these charts do give you points to enter, to get in and get out. But understand, guys, there are going to be wicks that's going to stop you out. So you have to practice a little risk management. Sometimes you have to set your stop a little lower or a little higher, depending if you're long or you're shorting. A lot of times what's best to do is wait till the next candle opens. Notice we wicked down below this blue line, pushed right back above it. Next candle open, drop below it, but notice the meat of the candles above. So sometimes it's good to wait for the next candle open before you enter your trade, because they will send price up and down to stop you out. So this was a post I made on Twitter. This is 20 hours ago, and this is the chart where I told everybody to short. So we made contact with this line at 39,631. We did come up and test it again, and I shared a trade. So this, let me see here. So before I show you this, well, this is where I told everybody to short right here. This is the C1 chart. This line we tested once, twice. I thought it was very likely we would get rejected from this point. So I shared my trade in Discord, said, you know, and I actually showed where I set my stop loss and where I set my take profit. And let me show you how this chart played out. This was published on February 5th. I'm going to hit play real quick. And you'll notice right here. So notice we came down, we found support right here on this purple line. But notice this blue line right here. That is what I'm trying to show you. That is where I told everyone to short, right? You could have shorted here. You would have longed here. They pushed back up, you would have longed here. But this is where you needed to short because I expected this to be the top. And guys, that literally is to the dollar. I mean, look where price hit. Almost exactly, came down, hit it exactly. So that was the point to short and set your stop above. So let me show you how this, my actual trade that I shared. So I actually shared this trade So I entered my trade here. So I shared this trade. This was on this is Eastern Standard Time at 12:41 p.m. It said trade set up for a risky short. We'll enter as close to white line as possible. Resistance on C1, stop is yellow line. So my stop was 39,654. My entry price was going to be as close to this point as possible. This white line represents that resistance I just showed you on the C1 chart. So you can see right here, my stop was 39,654, and my take profit was around 38,900. This is where I entered my trade, and you can see I got in right here at this dotted line around 39,583. My stop was the same, 39,654. So guys, again, what I'm trying to tell you is I had my stop too close. But again, if I'm sharing a trade and everybody has the same stop as me, guys, I'm sorry, but exchanges will send the price up to stop you out. So sometimes it might be good to set your stop a little higher than where I set mine. Again, it is if you have the same stop, trust me, they do try to stop you out. It sucks, but that's how it works. But again, I should have had my stop a little higher. This was a trade I had previously, if you'll notice back here, I'd set my, this is where I initially had my stop and my entry point, but this line goes up at an angle, so I should have adjusted it at a higher price. But notice this did hit to the tick and came down. So the ideal point to put your stop would have been at 39,749. But that did play out. But you'll notice if I go to the BitGet exchange, it literally came up and stopped me out to the damn dollar. Look at that. I had my stop set at 39,654. It pushed up to the dollar and stopped me out and then came back down. So I could have been in a lot of profit. This trade was $1,000 at 25 times leverage. Again, that's just how it goes. If I would set my stop maybe $10 higher, I would have been in that trade and I could have played it. A lot of people in Discord did play it. This person, 80% at 50 times leverage, 39%, 34%, 25 times leverage, 67%, 26 times, 36, 38 times leverage, 107, 38 times. So, you know, we are playing these trades. I do try to teach you how to trade safe. Again, guys, I would never tell you to enter a trade without having a stop. Yes, sometimes a stop loss can keep you from, you know, if you get stopped out, you exit your trade. So that's what I'm saying. You have to decide how much you're willing to risk to stay in with your trade. My stop loss was too close, so I got stopped out. Other people were more like were able to take, or they were fine with taking a little more risk, so they set their stop higher, or they got stopped out and re-entered. I was asleep, so I couldn't re-enter the trade. But I just want to show you guys. So I'm going to go back to key support and resistance levels. So that did play out, guys. And I told you in that video, I said if you come down 38,800 was a likely point to catch a bounce. And you can see that is what happened. 38,800, this white line. This is where you should have got in. And this played along with the C1 chart where I said to get out. That is right here. This is where I said to put in your short. And that was a nice short, guys. If you shorted that with leverage, that came down 4%. I mean, you know, if you use $2,000 at 40 times leverage, you can double your money, if not triple your money. So let me give you current support and resistance levels. Remember, this is the next strongest support below. This is, well, I'll show you the H1 chart is actually the strongest support. So your next resistance to potentially short, guys. So write these down and see how accurate these charts are. So your next point to short on the, and guys, there's different charts. This is a C1 chart. So your next point to short is 39,137. If you get above that, next point to short is 39,834. If we break, you can see this purple line right here I've outlined in yellow. This right here was support. You can see it was support right here and right here. We pushed up. So this is your current support that needs to hold, 38,116. You will have support right here at 37,784. And the next strong support below is right here at 36,798. I'll give you one more resistance level, very strong resistance right here at 40,386. Let's go back to the H1 chart. So again, guys, like I said, this point was a point to enter a long. That was a long of 2.72%. And then we came down, and your next point too long was right here. That pushed up a total of 2.15%. Then we broke below it, we dropped, and this was the point I told you in the last video that would hold support right here. We pushed up around 2.38%, and then the most recent trade that I set up, that I showed in Discord, again, that was a drop of you know, 4%. It's a pretty good trade. And notice we found perfect support right here and pushed up. So we're at resistance right now. So listen, your current resistance right now, you know, you'd probably want to enter a short right now is around 38,932. If you push up, next point you potentially short is right here, 39,356. And you can see this is currently our resistance where we got rejected right here. So that would be around 39,800. If we drop, remember guys, this is going to be very strong support below, right here at 37,577. But your strongest support, notice if we follow this back, always look left, guys. Notice that we found support right here, support right here. So that will be support. That would be a point you enter along. Keep in mind, we are respecting this yellow line here as well. So this is your next support level below. You have a fib channel line here, but this is your next support when you make contact. But your strongest support to catch a bounce, where I will go in a heavy long, is around 35,500. And you can see this is where, again, where I told you guys to buy in at 34,000. So this needs to hold. This is where I said buy at 34,681. So if we come down, I expect to catch a bounce here. But I expect, and when I say long, guys, I'm not talking about, you know, we're going to bottom here and go to the moon. I'm talking about swing trading, just scalping. You enter a long, you take your profit where you want, but I do expect we have more downside. I will cover that on Monday, the date and where I think the price will be. And I'll go into detail how I'm able to predict this. I know you think that sounds crazy, but I did predict about a month in advance that we would be at a certain price on a certain day. I was off by 2 days and like $200. Using that same technique, I think is going to help us find that bottom in the exact day. But guys, I don't want this to run too long. I'm kind of babbling, but I just want to make sure you have these key support and resistance levels to pay attention to. Write these down, guys. Potential short, 39,137. Right here, 39,834. Your next point too long, guys. Just write these down, take a screenshot, do what you need to do. This is the C1BT chart. This was charted for the Big Get Exchange. Remember, if you want to use my affiliate link, that'll be pinned in the first comment description. So let me give you these price targets. So look, this is double resistance. So if you want to put in a short, 39,091. Your next point too short up here is 40,329. Remember, guys, look at multiple charts. If they're in confluence, likely point to either short or long. Current support is 38,338. And your next support below is 37,568. So guys, that pretty much covers it. But again, my goal is to help you get into trades that are safe. I would never tell you to enter a trade without setting a stop. If you do not set a stop, I mean, if price just pushed up and you didn't have a stop in a short, I mean, you could lose a lot of money, especially using high leverage. So always use a stop. But I will say this, you know, sometimes it's worth putting your stop just a little higher just to make sure you don't get stopped out, but not too high to where, you know, if it just starts pushing up, you're going to lose a lot more money. So guys, that's pretty much it. Expect a video up on Monday. And again, I mentioned that live stream where I'll be sharing my live trades. That will be happening soon. So if you are subscribed, tick notification bell. You'll be notified when I have that live stream. Guys, this is the next video. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.